The first item on the agenda, the regular agenda, is item number 6 for discussion and possible action. Consider to appoint 4 members of the public plus 1 alternate among the applicants who have offered to assist the district to participate and offer suggestions related to the district's hiring for the general manager position, including interviews scheduled for Monday, June 10th, 2013 and Friday, June 14th. 2013. As we open this up, I'm just going to make my comment of how I think that we should do this. We had how many? Nine applications handed in. My review of the 9 were everybody was very well. I don't know that there's any qualification that we were looking for in this. Just somebody from the public that was willing to step forward and give us a hand is really the requirements. With that being said, the way I think that we should handle this is put the nine numbers in a hat and pull it out, and the first four drawn and 1 alternate is how we accept it. But once again, I think everybody that put in an application was very well, qualified. There wasn't anybody that I think I had any problems with at all. So 5 out of the 9 would be just fine with me. So if anybody has any other comments or questions or statements about that.
I mean, I think that's an easy way to do it, but I also think that part of what we had them put on these applications is their history with working with water. So I think to just ignore that would be amiss. I think there's some here that have been in the water business for a long time, and I think they'd have some real valuable insight, and human resource departments and whatever. So, I appreciate what you're saying, but I also think that some applicants are better than others, and I don't really want to get into that either, but why or when. But I think, I guess one question I have is, I see 5, 6 applicants here. Is there any, could I get the applicants to raise their hands if they're here? So we got 2, 4, 6 here. I mean, that's
7.
Oh, 7. It was a 7. Who am I missing?
Did you say one?
Wade's not here.
Who's not here?
Wade.
Wade's not
Wade
here.
or Pete?
And Pete.
Wade and Pete. Oh, is
And
Doctor?
Pete's not here.
Is the doctor here?
Doctor.
Oh, okay. I didn't see his hand. Okay. So, I mean, that's I think.
Well, my only problem with that is when we put the request out there, it wasn't that we were looking for qualified people to come in and give us opinions. It was public participation in a process. And so it really, I mean, if I pull, Joe Schmo off the street and have him come in, it's the same. What we were looking for was people from the public that were willing to come in and give us a hand. So I think everybody's opinion, regardless if you have qualifications or if you don't have qualifications, are important.
Let me clarify I apologize if I seem callous towards
No, I don't think that's
anybody's willingness to participate, because I appreciate everybody wanting to serve, and I do think that all 9 people here would serve admirably. Probably be better off if any of them were sitting in this seat, to be honest with you. But there are some people here that have more history and more experience, and I think that should be weighted, is all I'm saying. Not that anybody here wouldn't be a good applicant.
So we can put a paper clip on their number and weight it a little bit.
Yeah, weigh it down.
Mr. Vice President,
Yes.
understand what both of you are saying, and I tend to agree more with you, and I think that we have plenty of people on staff that are going to be giving us input as well, that have tremendous amount of water experience as well. So I think, in all fairness to everybody concerned, since they were all good, I would make a motion that we move ahead with putting them in a hat for drawing the first 4 as the first 4, and then the 5th as an alternate. And that way, there's no questions about how decisions will be made absolutely fairly, and we know that they're all qualified, because we've think we've agreed to that, that we're all for it.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
A second.
Okay, motion moved and seconded. All in favor? Opposed? 4 for, 1 against. So, which brings us to that item, or that part in the process. So, Mary, can we get a piece of paper and do we have a hat? Or a bowl? Or a trash can?
I'm gonna be okay with it as long as they just come with the right 4 and 5 are picked.
Can we do 2 out of 3? Did you say 2 out of 3?
Let me do the
Okay with a dictatorship on around the mission.
That's maybe create some questions.
Have a round robin.
While you're waiting, I have a question, if you don't mind.
No, that's fine.
Um,
I don't know if we'll answer it, but you can ask all the questions.
I'm used to it. Is the public going to have an opportunity to have any input into the type of questions or particular
Good
questions
question.
or subjects that you're going to ask about? That regardless of whether,
Actually,
regardless of who's selected to be
to
a public
To
representative?
answer your question, yes, you can submit your questions to Aaron Bunker. He and people that are going to apparently be picked out of this bucket are going to get together. The council, the board members are going to submit their questions. Public's welcome to submit their questions, and they're going to sit down together and decide which are the best questions to be asked. So, yeah, you're welcome. Aaron, you missed that. She asked if the public could have any input on what questions were asked. And I told her.
Or subjects covered?
I had volunteered you to have them submitted to you, so.
The only thing is they have to be in here pretty quick because our interviews start on Monday the 10th. So that doesn't give us much time to get questions in and go through them and decide on what we're going to do.
Yeah, maybe at the latest Thursday, so
Do we,
it's gonna be Friday.
Aaron, do you want to meet with the people on the public people before? How are we going to do that? Are we going to just have them submit any questions they might have? And then we're going to meet before on the 10th?
Staff has worked on some questions, the prior questions too. We could submit or provide to them if they have it, you know.
Well, I thought the committee members from the public were going to be involved with you as far as formulating the questions too. I thought we discussed that. You and I discussed that, but, I mean, however you want to handle it, I guess. But-
Right. Because any question, we will have to ensure that they cover with pool pack guidelines and
Right,
whatnot.
exactly.
So, but to me, then, if the citizens committee could provide those questions to staff, and then we can review them and ensure that they cover any of the pool pack requirements and not overstep any bounds like that, to me, would work. So that's this recommendation I would
How
have.
about, Aaron, on when we get to the general manager's report, you tell us how you want that done. I'm going to give you a few minutes to have it so that by that time we'll know who those members are. You can let them know how you want them to submit their questions, if we need to meet or anything, and then we can know how we're going to take care of it.
One thing that comes to mind, if those, these individuals are going to be part of a committee designated by the board, so something that comes to mind is that they become agents of the board, and so if they were to meet, they might fall within the purview of the open meeting law. So I think the suggestion that Aaron has about submitting questions, I think the board, as I've understood in prior meetings, is you guys want to get all the input, all the great advice, suggestions you can get from these individuals. I think if that's done and those are provided to Aaron, then we don't potentially run afoul of open meeting law by having a separate meeting that's not noticed. Now, we could meet early Monday morning to do that if you really think there's a lot to be gained by meeting together, but otherwise I think submitting this, the questions to staff and letting them make sure it's compliant with pool pack might be a better way to go.
Well, I think we're going to have to meet before this whole thing starts to make sure everybody's on the same page.
As part of the public, as part of the meeting that,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So we have anybody